Good afternoon. It is Sunday afternoon and it's been a little while since I've actually done like a talking to camera kind of off the cuff vlog, I guess. The past few have been kind of more informative or more planned or more set up, or kind of bits of mental green laning thrown in with other random parts. So this is kind of a hello, welcome back to the vlog, the kind of sporadic shooting stuff vlog. Now, a lot's happened the past few weeks. I've not really posted much about what I've been doing apart from, answering questions or doing some green laning and stuff. A lot's been going on. The bike's been in and out of the garage several times. I've had the Kawasaki Ninja 500.
I genuinely thought I was going to hate it.
Had the Interceptor back for a few hours.
Oh my god, I'm so happy to have this back.
Now I've got the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450.
Guess who is back on the Himalayan?
For the next week. So what I thought I'd do, just as a little hello back into the vlog kind of vibe, I'm going to catch you up on the last couple of weeks. I'm going to throw a load of stuff together in this video, just to catch you up on what's been going on and where I'm at now. Then, after today, after this vlog, I will be riding to the Cotswolds tomorrow. The plan is to go and take the Himi over some green lanes. Not extreme green lanes, it's a lone bike. I'm not going to go and absolutely thrash it, but I think a few light forwards and some light green lanes could be good, just to test it out properly and see if I like it or not, see if it could potentially be a bike that I could, one day use. It's the newer model, not the older one. I do prefer the look of the older one, but there we go. It's a nice bike to ride though. More on that later on. And then, depending on the weather, I might go to Wales or somewhere like that, depending on how it goes, for one kind of final autumnal trip before the Interceptor goes away in the garage for not all of the winter, but I prefer to keep it indoors when I'm not riding it throughout the winter, so it doesn't kind of become a ball of rust. So it'll be out a few times over the winter, but not as consistently. So we'll see. Also, Wales and the Brecon Beacons and Elan Valley and Snowdonia is just beautiful at this time of year. I phoned up a campsite. Today's Sunday, it's supposed to be raining on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Wales, at 70% rain. But I thought, you know what, why not? It's warmer because the cloud cover, so why not go? But then I phoned up a campsite and she said, do you want to camp? I said, yeah, I want to camp. You sure? I said, yeah. And she said, well, it's very wet. Like, the ground is very wet, she said. I don't think you really want to camp. So that kind of put me off the idea of camping. So if I do go, it's going to be more of a Airbnb yurt kind of glamping job, I imagine, but it's that time of year, so we'll see. But for now, this is just a really brief, quick catch up, and also a hello from me to everyone that's watching. Thank you for following along, as usual. Thank you for following, subscribing, commenting. As always, the support means a lot. And anything you want to hear about the Himalaya or anything like that, throw it in here right now, and I'll let you know over the next 5 or 6 days that I've got it. Then hopefully, fingers crossed, the Interceptor will return. But it's had just issue after issue. Hopefully this is the final one. It's pretty much been rebuilt, so we'll see. And then progressing on from there, I think I might keep it for next year and do what I said in Europe and just keep on building it. Maybe get some new forks for it, maybe get some new shocks for it, and see how much of a nice dirt bike we can make it, scrambler we can make it. Anyway, that's it from me. Enough chat. Let's get into catching up with the last few weeks. Might be a bit chaotic, but it has been chaos. We have got a delivery from Urban Rider, scrambler handlebars, a new mirror, and also a throttle cable to put on the Royal Enfield. It's now very clean. So clean, I don't really want to take it off-roading, but it's going to happen sometime very soon. Let's get these bars on, get the cable on, get the mirror on, and see how the whole setup looks and feels. So I'll see you very shortly. This is the current setup. I thought it was worth showing you right now what it looks like. And let's see what it looks like with the new bars on. New throttle cable is kind of on, just marking up the bars with some tape because you have to drill them for the switchgear. So now I've got to try and drill these pieces in, and then we can get it all back on the bike and it should be good to go. The bars look really nice. So here's how it's looking now. They are much flatter, straight across, much less of a sweep in them. Yeah, I like them. It depends how it feels when I'm riding it, but we'll see. And I am on the Kawasaki Ninja 500. I haven't really ridden this bike enough to give a proper chat about it, but I thought, as usual, when I get these loan bikes, I'll give you my first thoughts towards it. And I've never been on a sports bike before, and I actually really like it. Despite being a 6'1" guy, the position's really comfortable. I'm obviously very tucked up on the seat. My heels are quite close to my arse. I'm very leant forwards onto these bars. They're clip-on bars. Anyway, jeez, that guy just walked right out. So to carry on with the kind of chat about this bike briefly, it's got about the same power as the Interceptor. I think it's a 500, but realistically it's a 450, I believe, in the small bit of research that I've done. And yeah, it's just been such a treat for getting around London. It's super easy to filter on. It's very light. As I said, I find it quite comfortable. I could probably ride this thing for a few hours before getting uncomfortable. I find that leaning forwards into the bars makes me feel much more a part of the bike. I'm really into it. It gives you better control of the bike as well. But anyway, yeah, I really enjoy the Kawasaki Ninja 500. It's perfect for city riding, I think. I've not had the opportunity to take it out on any decent roads and do some cornering on it, or fast, high speeds on straights on it, but generally, yeah, really nice little bike. And it surprised me that I actually like it, because I really genuinely thought I was going to hate it. Look at that. It is so nice to get it back. So it's got a new gearbox and a new clutch. Oh, look at that. God, I've missed that sound so much. Oh, and the riding position. Oh my God, I'm so happy to have this back. What a beautiful day. Every time I get back on this bike, I just realize how much I love it. It's so fun. It's just a... Guess who is back on the Himalayan? But you know what this means? This means I can go and test this bike out for a week or so now, rather than just a few days, which is really nice. I spend much more time off my own bike now than I do on it, and much more time riding loan bikes. But I'm on the Himalayan once again. It's actually really exciting to have this bike back. The last time I had it, I only had it for about, jumping the red lights, I only had it for about 6 hours, so I didn't really have it for long enough to really talk about it. But now I've got it back for about a week, which is actually quite exciting. Obviously I would prefer my own bike back. Every single time I sit back on the Interceptor after some time off, I just realise how much I actually love that bike now. With the new tyres, the new setup, the new gearbox and all of that, the whole thing's been pretty much rebuilt now. It's getting well on its way to being a brand new bike almost. But anyway, they've got it now for another week. The issue with the forks persists. They are leaking, as you know. They've got worse and worse today. And we decided just to scrap the... Apparently last time I took it in, they did check the bike. They checked the forks, and they checked the seals as well, the O-rings, and it's all fine. So it's not an issue with any of that, but now we just think it must be the aftermarket adjusters causing a problem, So what we've done is ordered some stock in, and as usual that takes 4 to 5 days. So now I've got this bike for 4 to 5 days, and it's Saturday today, so it's going to be about a week, which means I might go to Wales on this if I get time, and maybe potentially do some light green laning. Why not? Test out the bike for what it's meant for.
and then obviously I can give some feedback. But I really like this bike. I've not ridden it much, as I said. It's quite low to the ground actually. It's not high at all. I'm 6'1" and it's relatively low. It feels very light. I'm not sure of the weight of it, but it's just really nice and nimble to ride around. The bars are so fat I can't fit my quad lock on parts of them. That's a bit of an issue, but you know, not a big one. And yeah, I just really like it. I really like the sound of it, given that it's stock. It just looks and sounds quite nice, you know. I haven't ridden it enough to talk about it properly yet. I will do, but yeah, generally it's a lovely, lovely bike to be on. And I'm really excited to test it out properly. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, next week I will get the Interceptor. Is that the fan on my bike? Maybe it is. Interceptor back next week, and then hopefully go for a little ride on that before putting it away for a couple of months. But yeah, that's the deal right now, guys. We're back on the Himalayan, and I am excited, I have to say. And I'll talk about it as I've ridden it some more. See you soon.